Good morning, friends. Today we are going to see the reactions of the alcohols. First one is the reaction of the alcohols with the HX or say hydrogen halide. Okay, you can call it as a halo acid also. Alcohol reacts with this particular HX to form the alkyl halide. Means ROH plus HX will gives you the formation of the RX plus H2O. That is the alcohol will convert into the alkyl halide along with the water. Primary and secondary alcohol reacts with the HCl gas in presence of the anhydrous zinc chloride. The reagent composed of the HCl and the zinc chloride is called as a Lucas reagent. It is called as a Lucas reagent. When ethyl alcohol is reacted with the HCl in presence of the zinc ZnCl2, it will give you the formation of the CH3CH2Cl. You can see just this H and OH will form the water and this Cl will go at the place of the OH. This concentrated HI react with alcohol to form the corresponding alkyl iodide in presence of the phosphoric acid. H3PO4 should be there. Then next, alcohols are reduced to the alkane by heating with the HI in presence of the red phosphorus. When you heat in presence of the red phosphorus with the HI, it will produce the ethane or say alkane. If we are taking the HBr, at that time we have to take the H2SO4. Okay, these three different reagent have the three different means when we are taking the HCl, at that time zinc chloride should be there. This is called a Lucas reagent. If we are taking the hydrogen iodide, at that time we have to take the phosphoric acid, then you will get alkyl halide. If we are taking the red phosphorus and we are heating, then it will give you the alkane. And if we are taking the HBr, then we have to take the H2SO4. Give the products obtained when the following alcohols are treated with HBr. Ethyl alcohol plus HBr, you will know ethyl alcohol CH3CH2OH. Along with this HBr, it will gives you the formation of CH3CH2Br plus H2O. That is the ethyl alcohol will convert into the bromoethane or say ethyl bromide. Same way you can take this in propyl alcohol, isopropyl alcohol and tertiary butyl alcohol. Take any same product will be there. Loss of the water will be there, and in the place of the OH, there will be the Br will come. Getting this point? Then you can see this isopropyl alcohol same way. OH and H will form the bond. They will eliminate as the H2 and Br will come at the place of the OH. It will give the isopromyl bromide. Same way tertiary butyl alcohol is there. You will get a tertiary butyl bromide. In presence of the H2SO4, you have to write. Explain the giving suitable example why thionyl chloride is better reagent to convert alcohols to the corresponding alkyl chlorides. That question may come. Primary and secondary alcohols are converted to the corresponding alkyl chloride when heated with the SOCl2 in presence of the base such as the K2CO3 or organic base like the pyridine. ROH plus SOCl2 in presence of the pyridine, it will give the RCl plus HCl plus SO2. Example, you can take CH3CH2CH2OH plus SOCl2, it will produce the CH3CH2CH2Cl. Then another example you can see here given, that is a octane 2OL CH3CHOH in bracket CH2 twice 5 times CH3 plus SOCl2 in presence of the K2CO3. It will give you the formation of the corresponding chloroalkane along with the haloalkane along with the SO2 and HCl. Then CH3, another example is given, same reaction you can write. The byproduct in this reaction is sulfur dioxide, SO2. Please make the correction, sulfur dioxide, SO2 and HCl. Both are gases at room temperature and can be easily removed. Thus, SOCl2 is a better reagent to convert alcohol to corresponding alkyl chloride. That is the reason. What are the products obtained when ethanol is treated under the following condition? Ethanol and sulfuric acid at 200 degrees centigrade, or by passing vapors of the ethanol over alumina at 350 or 400 degrees centigrade. Excess of ethanol with H2O is as a catalyst at 140 degrees centigrade. H2SO4 is a dehydrating agent. It will abstract the water, means H from the CH3 and OH from the CH2 will abstracted. It will form the ethene. When we are using the alumina, same will happen. It will abstract the water. When we are going to use the H2SO4 at another temperature, it will form the ether along with the loss of the water. What is the action of excess of the ethanol? When we are using the excess of ethanol, it will produce the ether along with the loss of the water will be there. Very simple reactions there, and that reactions we already studied in the 12th. Then what is the action of the K2Cr27 and the concentrated H2SO4 on N-propyl alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, N-butyl alcohol, secondary butyl alcohol, isobutyl alcohol, tertiary butyl alcohol? N-propyl alcohol means straight chain alcohol is CH3, CH2, CH2OH in presence of the K2Cr27 and the H2SO4. As you know, there will be the oxidation and a loss of water will be there. CH3, CH2, C double bond OH, that will the aldehyde will form. Aldehyde will form. When we are taking this K2Cr27, at that time oxidation will take place. Means there will be the formation of the aldehyde. If we are taking the primary, then we will get this particular simply the aldehyde, and we are taking the secondary alcohol, at that time we will get the formation of the ketone. That you have to remember. First is we have seen the N-propyl alcohol. It will gives you the formation of the aldehyde. After that, aldehyde when react with the nascent oxygen, it will gives you the formation of the acid. Propanaldehyde will react with the nascent oxygen, it will gives you the propanic acid. Same way here, you can see the secondary propyl alcohol will react with the nascent oxygen in presence of K2Cr27, H2SO4. It will give you the formation of the CH3, C double bond of CH3, that is acetone. And what about the acetone form? When react with the nascent oxygen, more excess of the oxygen, then it will form the ethanoic acid along with the liberation of the CO2 along with the water. Then you can take the N-butyl alcohol, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2OH plus nascent oxygen K2Cr27, H2SO4 you can take. It will give you the butanaldehyde. That butanaldehyde react with the more oxygen and it will give you the butanoic acid. Same way isobutyl alcohol, it will give you the ketone, methyl methyl ketone you will get. and that ethyl methyl ketone with the excess of the oxygen will give you the formation of this particular acid. See here, CH3, CH2, COH plus CO2 will eliminate along with the water. Tertiary butyl alcohol you can take, it will give you the formation of the when tertiary KMnO4 we have to take KMnO4 is the again oxidizing agent. At that time it will give you the formation of the alkene. What is the sulfonation of alcohols? Give its application with an example. When the alcohol reacts with the sulfonic acid or sulfonic acid at about 80 degrees centigrade to form the alkyl hydrogen sulfate or alkyl bisulfate, this is called as sulfonation of alcohol. ROH plus HOSO3H 80 degrees centigrade, it will give the ROSO3H plus H2O. Application. The sulfonation process finds the application in preparation of the detergent. The usual detergent is based on alkyl benzene sulfonates. Neutralization of alkyl hydrogen sulfate with the NaOH or sodium carbonate gives the alkyl sodium sulfonate, which are class of mild detergent. Example, lauryl alcohol is heated with concentrated sulfonic acid and the product is neutralized with the sodium carbonate to get the lauryl sodium sulfate. You can see here C11H23 CH2OH, that is lauryl alcohol, along with the HOSO3H. It will give you the formation of this particular lauryl hydrogen sulfate. Then which one reaction with the Na2CO3 sodium carbonate, it will give the lauryl sodium sulfate. H will replace by this particular Na. Then we have to talk about what is the etherification. Give an example. When the excess of this primary alcohol is heated in presence of an acid catalyst such as H2SO4, it is generally converted to the ether, that is a RCH2OH in an excess of alcohol. When we are heating in presence of the concentrated H2SO4 as a catalyst, will generally convert into the ether. This condensation reaction is called as the etherification. Means ether formation will be there. 140 degrees centigrade, it will give you the formation of the ether. Means RCH2OH will give you the RCH2O CH2R, that is the dialkyl ether. You can take the ethanol, it will give you the diethyl ether. Explain the esterification giving suitable example. Alcohol reacts with the carboxylic acid to form the ester. It is condensation reaction and it termed as a Fischer esterification reaction. It is reversible process. ROH plus RCOH, it will gives you the esterification RC double bond OR dash. Then if you do the hydrolysis, it is a reversible reaction. It will give back this ethanol and the acid. How will you convert 1 butane into 1 butanol, 2 methyl propane into tertiary butyl alcohol, cyclohexanol into the cyclohexanoic acid? Different reagent we have to use. This question may come like this: cyclohexanol into cyclohexanone. Cyclohexanone, please make the correction, cyclohexanone. For the formation of the alcohol from the alkene, we have taken this boron hydride, THF H2O2, then the hydrolysis that will give you the formation of the alcohol. Then the 2-methyl propene into the tertiary butyl alcohol, alkene to the alcohol. Hydrolysis of the alkene will give you the alcohol. Then cyclohexanol into cyclohexanone. Here we will do the Oxidation we will do by using the K2Cl27 and the H2SO4. It will give you the formation of this particular thing. Okay, we will stop here. Thank you.